Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for February 23rd. February 23rd is the 54th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 311 days remaining to the end of the year, or 312 in leap years. Today's word is rectify. Rectify is a verb that means to set right, to remedy, to correct by removing errors, to adjust. Rectify can also mean to purify, as with repeated or fractional distillation, or to make something like alternating current unidirectional. Synonyms for rectify include correct, remedy, redress, amend, reform, or revise, to name a few. An example sentence using the word rectify might be, "The manager promised to rectify the situation." Rectify comes to us from Middle English, Anglo-French before that, and as is so often the case, Latin before that. First known use of the word rectify is in the first half of the 1500s. Rectify. And with that, let's start in 1685 with the birthday of German-English organist and composer George Frederic Handel, born February 23, 1685. This is his birthday given in what is called Old Style, or according to the Julian calendar. It's March 5th if you're counting according to the Gregorian calendar. He was born in Brandenburg, Prussia, and eventually moved to England, and oh my goodness was he prolific. Handel wrote hundreds of compositions, over 600 pieces. Out of all those works, I'd say he's probably most famous for his Messiah oratorio, which is nearly 2.5 hours long and includes, of course, the Messiah Overture and the Hallelujah Chorus. Beautiful and moving works, no matter what way of faith you follow, or even if you don't follow a way of faith. Beautiful works. His work was admired by other classical-era composers such as Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven. Pretty sure I sang the Hallelujah Chorus way back when I was active in a choir. George Frederic Handel lived to the age of 74, and here's how highly regarded he was. He's buried at Westminster Abbey. I've placed links in the description to some of his work. George Frederic Handel. In 1778, Frederich von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge. He was a Prussian military officer who came to train soldiers in close-order drill and instill new confidence and discipline in the demoralized Continental Army. He played a leading role in the American Revolutionary War, and because of his efforts, he's regarded as one of the fathers of the United States Army. This is the birthday of W.E.B. DuBois, born in Great Barrington, Massachusetts on February 23, 1868. He helped found the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People in 1909 and lived to the age of 95. This is the birthday of English singer-songwriter Howard Jones, born February 23, 1955. He hit the airwaves in the 80s and had several successful albums and singles, and by golly is still working doing concerts. And in honor of Howard Jones, our song of the day is You Know I Love You, Don't You by Howard Jones. I don't know that I ever heard this on the radio, but I sure saw the music video of it on MTV, or maybe VH1, back in the second half of the 1980s when they were still actually music video channels. I don't know if they still exist even. But this one was released in October of 1986 and has got a fun, hoppin' music video for sure. I put a link in the description if you'd like to see it. You Know I Love You, Don't You? By Howard Jones. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.